What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name After Sound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we dive into a wide range of topics in short-form videos just like these. So check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, I want to jump into this Soulkeep proposal drama to essentially halt the Soulkeep rewards. Now, you could probably tell from the title, you could probably tell visually from the page right here that I am voting against the proposal. I believe, and I know, here, let me just take a step back. I know that I'm going up against the grain here. I mean, 88% is voting for it at this point. I'm part of the minority. But I'll present to you my main reasons why. So first of all, for people who may not be aware, there is a proposal at this moment to stop Soulkeep rewards or halt SPS rewards to Soulkeep. And actually, let me go ahead and bring in the thing here. So the purpose of this proposal is to address the numerous concerns that have been growing amongst DAO stakeholders as they relate to the SPS or Soulkeep game and the SPS rewards allocated to it. The Double Coconut team is working to address concerns as they are brought up, but many DAO users do not feel that enough is being done to combat abusive farming tactics in the game and feel that the reward should be halted until the game is more mechanically sound. If this proposal passes, the DAO will stop all SPS rewards that are currently being issued to the Soulkeep game. Double Coconut will be able to appeal this decision once the game has been developed further and the community feels that the exploits have been properly resolved. Now, here's the thing. There's a fantastic response here from David, but obviously this is from a couple of days ago. I think he is Werfox or something. There it is. David of CEO of Double Coconut. And I actually just finished the down haul from earlier today. I'm not going to do a 5 biggest takeaways. I think a lot of the stuff is captured here, so I'm just gonna briefly go through it. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but this part of it here, right? This proposal would throw out a gurgling, cute baby along with some admittedly scummy bathwater. So that's what I feel is happening. So over the past months, we've taken major steps to try to placate those who were rightfully worried about giving away SPS rewards without getting value. We now burn half the DEC the game brings in. We require significant SPS staking to play in higher leagues. We understand that for some people, there are never going to be enough and they just don't care. As was brought up in Discord, we think an immediate reset or a new season is warranted. And that's a model that he talked a little bit more about on the down haul, that they're going to be moving to a seasons type of model. We want to make sure it's possible for those who invested their resources and time already to rise again swiftly through any ranks with solid gameplay, but in an equitable and balanced way. And now that we believe the exploits have been plugged. So we were always planning to move to a season-based model, along with larger features, maps, leagues we were developing, along with new NFTs, heroes, towers, and spells, and rule sets with a battle pass mechanic. And we still want to do such releases thoughtfully and with a lot of new content. But we can start with an immediate reset. So what he said on the down haul is that they are going to halt the rewards themselves, right? So before this even goes into effect, they will halt the reward themselves by the end of this weekend, and then work towards, I think, putting together another proposal or something like that moving forward. So we commit to doing a reset and reward rebalance within a few days of the proposal being voted against. We also commit to being more transparent, not just about the vague roadmap, but specific features, feature ideas, or significant changes. Everything we do is never going to please everyone, but we will absolutely incorporate more outside thinking on all of our key decisions. So here's the thing. And I've said this many times. Like I said, I know that I'm going against the grain here, but I genuinely don't think anything wrong is happening. Sure, people are going to frame this as like there's farming happening and, it's very difficult and it's exploitative. The way that I view it, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I've done limited research on this because I'm not playing this game actively. So I don't have a dog in this fight, right? Like, it's not like I'm trying to defend rewards because I don't play Soulkeep. So that's not my bias here. My bias goes back to what he said earlier. I think we are being way too reactive. And if anything, you know what this situation reminds me of? This reminds me of Hive essentially voting down our proposal to get that $500,000 for marketing money because a bunch of Hive people just don't play Splinterlands and they don't care and, they just don't think that there's a value add. Well, at the end of the day, I do still think that Soulkeep can have a value add. I think it does have a value add. And right now we're in a position, in a situation where just not enough people are playing. And David even talked about that on the down hall. And I've been saying that for a while, right? If somebody is putting in the work, right? If somebody is putting in the work and playing the game within the rules that are set aside, well, I mean, and they're making 8,000 SPS a day. Like, come on. Like, I know it's not great, but at the same time, shouldn't that get other people to start playing? And why are they not playing? And again, if there's something that I'm missing in that chain, right, in that chain reaction, let me know. Something that I did hear on the down hall was along the lines of like they'll put in restrictions, but then the person is already higher up, and it's hard to change things, and you can't really like set them back. So that's why the seasons thing is a major platform that they want to move to, for a model that they want to move to moving forward, which is again great, and hopefully they can launch that sooner rather than later. But all in all, I understand, and I said this on the live stream, but I understand why this proposal went into effect, or why this proposal came up. I think it's already accomplished its goal. You got the attention of David, the CEO of Double Coconut. They are making immediate changes. And this can always be used, right? This can always be used as a way to say like, hey, you're kind of not listening to us, so we're going to put up a proposal. I don't think the DEC came out of anybody's pocket, or maybe it came out of the DAO's pocket. Again, 100,000 DEC is not a big deal. So I would say at this point, I would reconsider. I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but I'm on the other side of this, where the conversation has been had. You got their attention. They're making changes, and I think we're going to be able to move forward. But what I don't like is this, as David put it quite well, is like this hostage situation, right? Where it's like, okay, you're going to do whatever we want you to do until, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not a fan of that, because we should be in a collaborative partnership with anybody that wants to come and create games using our tokens. We meaning the royal we for the DAO. So while there are legitimate gripes, I'm not trying to gloss over that. And people have been complaining for a while, and I want to say that I appreciate their efforts. What is getting at me now is that you got the attention. You got the attention, and I believe that this action, if voted through to acceptance, is a little too far. I think we run the risk of being that kind of like hornet's nest type of DAO that nobody wants to deal with, which is really not the way that it should be. So, like I said, this probably won't make me very popular. This probably won't be, well accepted by the rest of the community. Hopefully you guys have a chance to go and watch the down hall if you're heavily kind of emotionally invested in this or financially invested in this. But this is, and to just put a nice bow on it, this is all happening in the broader context of what we are hoping is like a massive bull run right around the corner. So the last thing I want to do is, cut the legs out from a game that is actively working on this. David said that like this game is not profitable for them. It's all investment so far. And sure, maybe you can look at that and say, well, obviously they don't have, they don't have their eye on the ball because they don't have the money for it. Well, here's the thing. We all believe that there's going to be some massive things happening over the next 12 months, right? You wouldn't be here if you didn't believe that. You wouldn't be thinking that if Bitcoin wasn't, knocking at the door of all-time highs every day. So to me, this is really short-sighted and incredibly harsh. You did it accomplished what it was meant to do, which is fine, right? The proposal came up. David, put a thoughtful response here. Then did an hour with Clay on the down hall, which again I appreciate the fact that he took the time. Maybe he should have taken that sooner. Maybe he should have listened sooner. He even admitted that. So here we are. Let's work together. Let's be collaborative. This is not about punishment. This is not about saying like, yeah, you didn't do what we liked, and even though you're listening now, you have to suffer all the consequences. Like, come on. At this point, I want to make it so that we can work together and build a long-term relationship. I don't want it to be a situation where, we get antagonistic with Double Coconut or any other company, right? We had a similar situation with Splinterlands, which, again, different, but similar type of sentiment at that time, where it's like, okay, you know what? If you don't want us here, like meaning the game, right? If you don't want us here, then we can just go build something on our own, right? And that's what Splinter Royale ended up being. And I don't want that to be the case with Double Coconut, because it's been like, this game has been out for less than a year, right? It's been out for less than a year. I just don't understand the vitriol. And going back to that initial point that I made about so many people are so are so emotional about this, feeling one way or another, they don't even play the game. And it's 1 million SPS per month. It is not a lot. It is not a lot of SPS per month. If you're worried about the inflation, it's not a lot of SPS per month. So let's fine. Like we're in a position now where David and the team have committed to turning off the rewards by the end of this week, and then give us an update starting next week. But to me, like, this is too punitive. I don't like it. I understand it. And before the downhaul, I probably would have voted in favor of it. But after listening through, I want to be collaborative, and this does not feel collaborative. This is a punitive thing where it's like, we're just going to punish you until you do what we tell you to do, which to a certain extent, the DAO has that ability, but we don't really exercise that with Splinterlands, do we? We're too afraid to exercise that with Splinterlands. We're kind of bullying Double Coconut because they're smaller and, they haven't done as much. But it's just weird that we have this kind of like dichotomy of how we treat things with Splinterlands and how we treat things with Double Coconut. But I think there should be we should be somewhere in the middle and trying to split the difference on that and have more of a collaborative, partnership-based approach where it's like, hey, we don't like these things. Also, you haven't really been listening, so we wanted to get your attention. Now that we have your attention, now that you're doing X, Y, and Z, let's talk this through. All right. So that's my thought on this. I will admit, as I did right off the bat, that I'm not fully informed because I don't play the game. But as an SPS stakeholder, this to me just seems too punitive. It seems almost petty. And petty is not the right word. Let me take that back. It just reminds me of the Hive situation where you had a bunch of people who were like, yeah, I don't know about Splinterlands. I don't play the game, but I just don't want to support it, right? They're saying that they can do things for the ecosystem, but I don't want to support it. I mean, we know that Double Coconut is going to try to do some crazy things. I've been bullish on it from the beginning. Even though I'm not playing, I know that Double Coconut can do some really fantastic things, and I think this game can do some really fantastic things. It's actually, it's clearly fun to play. Obviously, I know that I'm not the poster child for this, and I'm the last person that should be talking about, but we just played it on stream a couple days ago, or a couple streams ago, and it was fun. It's a cool game, and I don't want to, this will be the last part, I don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. So that's where my head is at on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We got 5 days left before this proposal is done. So, think hard, think deeply, and you vote your conscience. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.